to Let's Chat with Spanky Payne and co-host Al Reardon at the beautiful Spanky's Dive Bar.
Welcome to Let's Chat with Spanky Payne. We got Uncle Al here. Tonight we're going to have a bunch of promoters on from Roots on the River, Red Crow Productions, Pizza Stone, and Wookie Fest.
Yeah. Promoters, and make it happen.
Punk in the Park, we're going to do a little thing about that. So, let's get started. Punk in the Park is September 8th. Make sure everybody goes to that. We're also doing a fundraiser May 26th on the dance. So, we're hoping that we can get some funds raised so we can actually do the sound, insurance, and the kids tent. You can donate. There'll be a link below.
So promoters, we all go to shows, go to club shows, festivals, concerts, whatever, and somebody had to make that happen. Somebody had to put it all together, do all the groundwork, usually starting a year in advance or so for a big festival. And the promoter is not the person that sent you from 4th grade to 5th grade. It's not the person that gave you a better job. It's the person that does the work behind the scenes, that puts shows together. And I know a little bit about them because I can watch promoters. I don't do it myself. Spanky, on the other hand, does.
Pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. Those of you who know Spanky as a promoter, and might be through Punk in the Park, although he's promoted a lot of club shows, club series, Thrashing Thursdays comes to mind, and also Punk in the Park, which we're going to talk a little bit about here, and you've seen commercials on Let's Chat for Punk in the Park.
We just had one.
So for dance party fundraiser for Punk in the Park, that's happening here at the dive bar. Date?
Be the first try, May 26th.
May 26th. The dance party, a little bit different for us and everything, and it's a fundraiser to raise funds, $5 a piece to get in to raise funds for Punk in the Park. Which the other thing that promoters know is that all this can be expensive. I mean, there's insurance, there's other sub things that cost, whether you're going to have a bounce house, other entertainment and things like that. There's some money involved, which is why you see promoters saying, hey, support my event, and having fundraiser dance parties and such. Spanky's been involved with Punk in the Park, involved with it since the beginning of it.
First one.
As a musician, and then when it stumbled, took over as promoter, and has been doing it
Since 2003.
Couple days.
Punk in the Park's been, there's been many times I thought about giving up. It takes so much work, and a lot of people just think it's easy, and I've had to fight with it through state and all that stuff, and I'm going to continue to do it. And my son and daughter said they want to take it on when I'm too old to do it.
Well, I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask on behalf of the people, just so that we can all learn a little bit about promoting and a little bit about how you do it. Now, did you start doing it? Did Punk in the Park get you started promoting, or were you doing other stuff? Did you promote as a way to get your own stuff out there?
I started promoting when I was about 16, 17 years old. I held my first show for my 16th birthday, which I booked a band called Caution, which I ended up joining the band a week later. Didn't know how to play an instrument, but they said, well, we need a bass player, so I bought a bass. It's kind of like the Sid Vicious story. And so I've been booking shows ever since then because no one wanted to book our bands because we were kind of not this music that was around, and so we started doing them in my dad's garage, and we've evolved to youth centers and basements, and then we got a chance at Punk in the Park. A guy did all the research for us, and Mike Wiersbicky, he did the first Punk in the Park. He had all the contacts, and he did it the first year, and the second year Tom did it, his bandmate. I forget his last name, Tom Mohawk they called him. But he, the third year, Morpheus played the first two, and we were like, well, what the heck? It's getting kind of late in the year. I haven't heard anything about punk in the park, and they're like, no one's doing it. So I contacted the guys and said, what do I have to do this? And they told me to go to the town Recs department. And ever since then, we've held punk in the park to keep it going.
Well, there's been some challenges. You know, Punk in the Park's had legal battles with the city. It's been, you know, challenged by neighbors at times. But now, the modern era Punk in the Park has kind of evolved into a truly family-friendly day out in the park. And what do you think's changed? You know, from the days of the start to now.
The people that respect it, that have gone from the beginning, most of them have kids now, and that was the reason. Not only was it being so looked down on, and we weren't part of the Recs insurance anymore yet, we started bringing, my kids were going anyways, but we made it more and more with the kids tent, for more family thing, just chill out all day. There's like one side you can hear the music, the other side you can talk perfectly fine and not have a problem. And there's food and everything's involved. We've been trying to get bounce houses with the Recs and the insurance
issues with the bounce houses.
We're trying to get it. We've been to the aldermans and all that stuff. We beat the aldermans. Well, the aldermen supported us, which is a very good thing. Which Hallis Cowboys that were here last week, he was a alderman at the time.
Yeah.
And he helped me with a lot of the material to get going.
So a lot that goes on behind the scenes, like I mentioned before, you know, I see some of it because I see how much work you put into things. What do you think's the hardest part of it? You know, what's the challenge? Is it the money thing? Is it the local government thing? Is it the getting the word out thing? Or where's the
worst thing is the people. As much as I love doing this, there's the punks that think they're so punk. There's the metalheads that think they're all only metal. And to try to get, I'm friends with every kind of person, and it's hard to get it. And people get sick of me posting on their Facebook page, and they get mad at me and delete me. But I have to promote the shows. Like the money doesn't come from nowhere. I can't afford to do it, so I do need donations. And once we have family oriented, the punks, like the real punks, well, what they call the real punks, stopped coming because we weren't wild enough. And I like to have a wild time. That's why I had the dive bar. But Spanky's the Punk in the Park is
family
it's just
friend.
So great. It's great to see the little kids dancing, and like Morpheus was playing one year, and seeing this little girl dancing in the front row, and her mom all laughing and smiling. That was awesome. I love that. Everybody edits their lyrics, so there's no swears around the kid, and it's punk's not being a friggin' asshole. The punk's about all these people that friggin' think punk has an image. Punk doesn't have an image. Punk is about the feeling. Punk is about the love and
the energy.
If you don't love your family, I don't care. That's not fucking punk.
Yep, family first. But that's what I'm trying to emphasize, is the family friendliness. I've loved it the last few years with the kids, except for a little minor soccer injury last year, you know. But I spend as much time playing with the kids as I do rocking the tunes. But just great. We had face painting last year, temporary tattoos, rock painting with messages on rocks.
That was Rutland Rocks. Danielle. She does an amazing thing. It's such a weird thing to do, but she's just painting rocks
with inspirational sayings on them,
and just putting them around Rutland. So when you find it, it brings a little joy to your day. And
kind of cool. Well, she was there. She had kids painting rocks with what they wanted to put on them, and they could either take them or have them planted in places.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And the kids loved it. So, Punk in the Park has a future.
13 years going on.
This is 13 years, and plans to keep it rolling along. As we mentioned, it's been a battle in the past, but that stuff's kind of gotten smoother.
Oh yeah.
You know, with
Cindy is gone.
Parks and Rec, and has changed a little bit, and you know, it's a known thing as far as how the city needs it done, what's needed for insurance and riders and all the rest of it. So it's gotten a bit smoother.
It's freaking easy to promote. I haven't sent an invite out for Punk in the Park, and it's already got like 50 something people going.
Yep.
And once I start inviting, it gets to 120. You know, half the people don't show up. Last year we had that threat of rain, so half the people didn't show up.
Yeah.
Which we had friggin'
really
tents.
Right.
We had tents, and it sprinkled a tiny bit.
Yep.
We didn't have to put the friggin' tarps over the amps.
Big tents for kids area, and
it's rain or shine, as much as it sucks.
Yep. And it never really rained last year at all, did it?
I've had a couple years it rained. Holy shit.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna do a commercial for Punk in the Park. Watch it.
How come you didn't set the timer on yourself?
I forgot to. So we're gonna have a timer. So yeah, watch Punk in the Park commercial, and then we're gonna be right back with Darlene from Red Crow Productions.
Red Crow 802.
And then we're gonna have Jeff from Wookie Fest, which is another show coming up in July 21st, I think. And also we're gonna have Ray from Roots on the River.
Yeah.
He does Roots on the River. It's on its 19th year, which anything that goes on 19 years takes a lot of work. So here's a commercial from Punk in the Park, and we'll be right back with Darlene.
Mostly.
Welcome back That was Punk in the Park. Make sure you go. Right now we just have Red Crow Productions. Darlene's here. She also runs the Pizza Stone. And she's got a bunch of shows coming up. Here's upside down.
Killer shows.
Is that upside down?
Awesome shows. Not upside down.
I'll have a better one on the screen. But yeah, Darlene, tell us about your upcoming shows. What is Red Crow Productions?
Well, Red Crow Productions I created out of this love of music. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. Pizza Stone has had live local music for the past 7 years.
Oh yeah, seen a lot of it.
Yeah,
good stuff. Gotta go, people.
And Southern Vermont dried up as far as music was concerned. The farm, Rockingham Hill Farm, which is where the series is going to be, was having live music for a long time, and it dried up there too.
Yeah.
Charlie Jarvis approached me and said, "Listen, I want music on the farm," and I said, "Sure, let's figure it out." So I created something that was a little bit different. Nobody's really doing it, and I'm very excited about presenting this. And it's 5 separate Sundays throughout the summer, and the dates I'm sure you guys will be posting. But what it is it's $25 a show, except for Haley Jane, who will be doing the last show. That's $35 because it's going to go into the evening, and it's going to have lights and all this awesome, amazing stuff that's happening.
Love Haley Jane and the Primates.
Yeah, you got Haley Jane and the Primates.
Awesome.
Yep, which is great. So basically, for $100, you get 5 shows, 5 separate
Deal.
Sundays.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Deal.
Exactly. Starts from noon to 8, so everyone's kind of off the farm by 8:39. Sundays, bring your families. Kids 14 and under are free. I'm going to have a beer garden. We're going to have vendors. It's going to be a ton of fun. There's going to be things for kids to do. But live music on Sunday afternoons. I mean, on Sundays, people are trying to figure out shit to do. So
Yeah,
I figured, hey,
I think it's
let's
a good
do
thing.
this.
No, and I've been to a few shows at the farm, and I just love it as a venue.
It's beautiful.
That's
It's
Vermont
beautiful.
to me, you know.
DJ'd there.
It's rain or shine, because we can, if it gets rained out, we can be in the barn.
Yep.
So it has plenty of room for tons of people there as well. Tickets can be bought at redcrow802.com. As well as at the Pizza Stone. So you can get them online if you want to, if you can't get to me, or if you come into the Pizza Stone, you can get them as well. But I'm really excited about this, though. Anybody who buys a season's pass, I'm going to be doing some special VIP things for them before the first opening date. So I'm going to be doing special parking for people that have season passes, and some free things here and there that I'm going to throw out to people with season passes.
There you go. For $100.
For $100.
For 5 shows.
Worth it. It's amazing.
Yes.
Very excited.
Yes, it is.
I'm very excited. So the first show is June 24th. I have Richard James and Crew Orleans. It's going to be like an Orleans-based jazzy type show, and I've got the Van Burens from Boston, who's going to be opening for them. I have July 1st, Roots of Creation, who is #1 on the reggae charts right now, with Jam Dub, which is a local band, a local reggae band, so they're going to be opening for Roots of Creation. I have Laura Holt.
Can I break in?
Sure.
Isn't July 1st the day that weed gets legalized in Vermont?
Right. Legalized.
Coincidence?
July
I don't think
1st,
so.
due to legalization, absolutely, and that's why I'm doing a reggae band that day. July 15th, Laura Hope and the Arctones, opening with Ben Fuller. Ben Fuller's a local legend around here.
Yeah, if you
Everyone
haven't seen
loves
Ben,
Ben. He's
yeah,
awesome.
gotta see him.
And so he'll be opening for
I don't
Laura.
think I've ever seen him.
Oh, he's great. He came to the Pizza Stone, and I didn't think it was going to be that busy. I couldn't have enough seats. People were coming in from all over to see
Now when
this
you
dude.
wrote me, I was like, do you have any
I was
extra
like, oh
seats?
my God, there's like no seats for this dude. I mean, all the women are out checking him out because he's beautiful. It was crazy. It was crazy.
I hate
oh my
guys
God.
like that.
Yeah. And then we have Bella's Bar Talk, and the Melting Nomads are opening for Bella's. And Bella's is carnival, crazy, awesome,
that's wild stuff.
freaking killer music. And of course, our closeout show, which is my girl Haley Jane and the Primates, and Nina's Brew will be opening for them.
And there is some of her on my channel too.
Yes, and she actually will be playing solo acoustic at the Pizza Stone next Thursday, which will be May 17th, I think it is. No, that's tonight. No, May 24th, and then May 31st. So she'll be at the Pizza
She's
Stone.
playing tonight, but you won't be able to
See that, because we're going to edit this whole thing out.
But that's every Thursday night, kind of a residency thing. She's there every Thursday night.
Yeah.
For the
through May.
through May.
Yep, through May.
So for 3 or so. So cool.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Great.
Any questions for me?
I have a few questions.
Sure.
You mentioned redcrow.com, and this is
redcrow802.com.
redcrow802. This is what I'm trying to get.
It will be in the details.
That's right.
below.
And it'll be it's on the poster, which you'll see a better shot of. But so redcrow802.com. website for Red Crow Productions. Does Red Crow have a Facebook presence
Yes,
or
it does.
Instagram or anything like that?
It has an Instagram and it has a Facebook presence.
There you go. And likewise for Pizza Stone.
Yes, Pizza Stone is a new website, pizzastone802.com, and you can get our full menu on that, so I'm very excited. A few things that are going to be happening at Pizza Stone coming up. We just got a brand new TV for more sports events.
Okay.
We've cleaned the place up, and as long as the state of Vermont is able and willing and give me my liquor license, we'll be selling booze.
Going from beer
Pizza
and
Stone.
wine to booze.
So
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
hard out.
Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of things to look,
I don't
lot
drink
of things to
hard
look forward to. If people, if you haven't been to the Pizza Stone in Chester, Vermont, you need to go there and eat good quality food.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
Mostly local ingredients. I love it. Been eating there for years. Seen a lot of cool music there too. So check it out. Go to the Facebook page. Go to the websites. Check it out.
You know,
Some
you
music-
need to get back sometime is Viva La Vox.
I was just looking at their poster the other day. He came in. They came in with
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck.
love
Yeah,
Joe
it was
Buck.
crazy. It was crazy. Also, too, I have I got a gentleman coming in this weekend. It's so funny because you'll see it on the Pizza Stone website if you go in and check it out on the Facebook page. He walked in and started playing his guitar for me. His name is Richard Rondo, I think it is, Riendeau, Rondo. Well, he's playing this Sunday. He's doing
There you
solo
go.
acoustic.
That's how it happens.
And then May 27th, I got Mike Wheeler and Genevieve Hayward. They're going to be playing. And then I have Sister Star, who is a reggae girl, coming in on June 9th. So I've got some other things happening at the Stone above and beyond the farm as well. So.
A lot going on. Well, I'm personally really looking forward to the Rockingham Hill Farm shows.
Me too.
Looking forward to getting back up there.
I'm so excited. It's such an awesome place to jam.
It does have its own
and
vibe.
It is. It's wicked cool. It's wicked cool.
I think I walked around for like an hour there, and I had honest conversations with people from every New England state, New York,
Absolutely.
Pennsylvania.
Absolutely.
And
I made a
It's
bad
a jam.
mistake there once.
You did make a bad.
Made good friends. That's
I
hard to
fell into
believe.
a culvert one night. so
Person makes
I know
bad
what you're
mistake
talking
at
about.
festival.
Well, it was like my friends were cooking there, and it was like she gained a little belly, and I was like, "Oh,
You did.
congratulations!"
Oh, you did.
No.
That was
Open mouth, insert
I
foot.
love when those things happen.
Yeah,
you know what I
like
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about Rockingham Hill Farm, the one thing I love the most about it, it's like a hidden gem. You know what I mean? It's this incredible natural amphitheater. Literally, the landscape itself supports the music.
It is.
And the two silos and stuff, and where they set up the stage, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I went out there today and I did a video. There's 1,000 shades of green going on out there, man. This place is gorgeous.
That's what I love about
Bees are
springtime.
buzzing, friggin', you can
Yep.
hear it. You can just hear the farm is just alive. So it's
And it's not difficult to get to at all.
No, it's
It
not.
is in a really cool place
Yeah.
on a farm in the woods in
Right.
Vermont. It's also like 3 miles from the interstate, maybe
Exactly. It's
something
right
like
off of
that.
103, off of Meeting House Road, 34 Meeting House Road. And the owner is Charlie Jarvis, and he does a ton of weddings there. So if you're looking to have a wedding in
Yeah.
a beautiful country setting,
I DJ'd
definitely.
Yes, you
Yeah,
mentioned
awesome.
barn, but barn might not cover that building.
It's got a chandelier.
It was a
It's
barn.
No, there is a
now-
barn there.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's barn might not be the right word because it's really a venue.
Right, it is a venue.
And,
yeah.
So, any last remarks?
Be there. It's going to be the place to be this summer on Sundays. Bring your family, bring your friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. Beer garden vendors, killer live local music. A lot of the musicians I have are on the scene right now, and it's making it happen.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. This is our first year. I really want to make this big, and really excited to have people come and check out some Southern Vermont music again.
I like
and
how you
hopefully
say
you guys
first
will come interview on a couple
Oh
of
yeah,
days.
we're gonna come talk
Think
to
we
some
will.
artists. We're gonna send you some video from some of these shows. Come out, get out, support live
Peace,
music.
live music.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta support live music. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Yes.
All right, welcome back. Let's talk with Spanky Payne, Al. We got Jeff here from Wookie Fest.
Bad Wookie booking.
Make sure you go to that dance. It's a fundraiser for Punk in the Park. So tell us about the show. We got Wookie Fest coming.
Oh, yep, July 21st at the Hit or Miss Club on Route 5 in Bellas Falls, Springfield, Vermont, whatever
They call it
Rockingham, Bellas Falls.
It's hard to find on the friggin'.
It's the missing link road section of Route 5.
Yes.
The Hit or Miss Club. It's top of Hit or Miss Hill. I went 42 miles an hour down Hit or Miss Hill this morning on my bicycle.
No shit.
Yeah, we got video.
we're gonna actually, that's gonna be intro.
Yeah, it's I got I think 20 bands on the bill this year. I was only gonna do 18, but I added a few more.
20 bands.
Yep.
One day?
One day.
20 bands.
Camping.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And people can camp?
Yep, overnight.
I camped there.
Yeah.
I got a little wet once.
Big ass field. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's like a mile down the road from my house.
Yeah.
So bring your mushrooms.
Even a mile away, you're just better off camping.
Yeah, you are.
What's this I hear? No fires?
I can't have fires because I can't. If I light the field on fire, I'm screwed.
No campfires.
What if you had a good
Camping, yes. Campfires, no.
Campfires. I'll have food for sale on site. I got 2 food trucks coming.
Grills
There you go. Food vendors at Wookie Fest.
allowed?
That's
no
cool.
Grills.
No grills, no fires.
Because I can't.
I'm gonna bring my camper and plug
Take
it
the
in
risk.
somewhere.
Buy food. There you go. Bring your
I
camper.
got a couple food trucks coming. You know, they're pretty local. So
Yeah, and if sometimes there's some confusion on the locale because it's Bellows Falls, it's also Rockingham, and it's right near the Springfield border. For people that don't know,
I call Mass local though.
Yeah, but for people that aren't local and don't know, it's in the town of Rockingham.
Yeah.
Bellows Falls is a village that's also in the town of Rockingham. So it's Route 5, Hit or Miss Club, Rockingham, Vermont.
Yep.
Google that shit.
Yeah. How much does it cost?
that's 12 in advance and 15 at the door.
$12 in advance,
Yeah.
15 at the door
You can
for
buy
20 bands.
20 bands. You can buy tickets from any band on the bill.
There you go.
Or hit me up. Whatever.
Speaking of the bill,
You can also find us there. We're going to be doing interviews with the bands. We're going to also, any enthusiastic crowd member that's just out there dancing around and having a good time, we're going to talk to you. So, and we'll probably talk to Jeff while he's there and when he's about pulling his hair out. Because we know how Promoters is.
here's a flyer for Wookie Fest. I just want to throw it on there so you can, freeze frame, blow that shit up, do whatever you want to do. But
I'm gonna
we're
just
going
edit
to
it
put
in.
a different clip on there of it, too. But there you go.
So how many years have you been doing Wookie Fest now?
This is the third year.
Third year.
Third year that this is running. The first year went really well. Second year was even better. I'm hoping for a good fucking turnout this year. Had about 350 people there last year.
Sweet.
In and out, I think.
So it's always been at Hit or Miss.
Yep. I've always done it hit and miss. I've done other festivals in the past, but Wookie Fest, this is the third year.
Yeah.
The stage ain't that high, so it won't hurt to fall off.
No.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Homemade stage.
Yeah. No, cool venue, cool place to be, nice area.
I love the place. It's
kind of favorite.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty much like on private property, so it really.
Well, it's a gun club.
Yeah,
so, like,
BYOB and just range.
Yep.
you might get a conception. There's probably no guns allowed.
Yeah, no guns allowed.
No guns allowed.
No weapons at all.
No guns at the gun club. Well, I've been to. I thought maybe there was some before that, but I guess I've been to every Wookie Fest.
Yep.
And pretty nice, especially being able to camp there and everything, and cool tunes, good variety of music and everything. I'm curious, is there a way so people can get a general idea? How would you describe in general the music that's going to be played there that day?
Oh, heavy.
Heavy music.
Heavy music. This year, I think it's actually a little heavier than the past.
Thunder.
It's a good variety of music, though. Like, I got bands from all over New England. But I would consider this probably the heaviest year that I've had it. More deathcore-y, I guess, if
More
you want to call
Fierce
it.
playing this year.
But I got bands like Left Hand Backwards and Humdinger and the Buckstore. They're
love
always
I like both of them.
my favorite bands, and they're always throw a little bit of different variety in the mix, you know, like different type of metal. So
Yeah, left hand backwards hilarious.
yep, they're definitely fun.
And Humdinger are so friggin' technical. They're so good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So much talent.
Dude had a friggin' purple Teletubby suit on there, left hand backwards.
Yep.
So what bands you got playing?
Oh, I got the headlining. I got the Machinists. They're a female-fronted band from New York. They're really good. They're a semi-national band, I would say. They're not. I don't think they're signed, but they're almost signed.
Yep.
I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And then I got my friends in The Last King and Cyperna are co-headlining. The Last King's from New Hampshire, and Cyperna's from Connecticut. They're both good friends of mine. And then I got bands like Attacking the Vision, Beast, Wretched Tongues, Tactiles, which is a Claremont local band.
Which people might know him as
Well, the singer used to sing in Hair of Hide, I think, or
Hair of Hide. But what was the other band that the Tactiles
they used to be
became?
called Hydrants Collide.
Hydrants Collide?
Everybody called them Hard-On Collide.
I got a shirt of it.
But sword fight.
I got actually band shirt for both of his. And who else?
Oh, I got the Shape. They're from Connecticut. Oakheart. They're an up-and-coming band from New York. Trading Heroes for Ghosts. They're a band from New Hampshire. Every Enemy Alive. They're a new band from Vermont that's coming up. They're from, I think, like Benetton, Vermont.
Yeah.
Cool.
No Soul. They're from Vermont. Proxies.
Cool. So basically, for $12 or $15 at the door, you get to see 20 bands that are from all over New England.
Yep.
You don't have to buy the gas to drive all over New England. You just go to the Wookie Fest
bring your own
and
beer and camp out.
There you go.
Listen to Fred. Starts at noon and goes till about 11 at night.
It's a bargain. They say the economy sucks. That's a freaking bargain.
Yeah, I think it's a bargain. I've always never really charged a whole lot for ticket sales or to get in the door.
Funny because we're trying to get rich on this shit. We're after the money hardcore.
After the money.
I don't make shit, by the way. Promoters don't make
no.
shit.
If anybody thinks promoters make money doing things like this, you're
It
wrong.
actually cost me a lot of money to put this show on. So
But
I do it every year for all the bands and everybody out there that enjoys metal.
Fuck metal.
What's the challenge for you putting together a festival like that and keeping it going? Obviously, it's grown each year. So where's the challenge in it for you? Is it dealing with the local authorities or what part of it?
The challenge for me really is it's not. It's not really hard putting it all together per se. Like I stress out a little bit when it comes to like money and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a hell of a lot of money to put it on. Bands, most of the bands I know, they're easy to work with, and I think the most stress that I have is at the show itself, the day of the show.
Heart's racing.
Set times and getting bands on and off stage, within time.
Crank that whip.
Making sure
Have them show up on time.
Yeah, show them up on time, making sure bands, do only their set time and then get off,
Or
let the next band get
There's
on.
a lot of bands that like to oh, I thought we were going on for 40 minutes. And no, you're on a half hour, and you're probably way over that.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that with Humdinger, because Humdinger these songs like 8 minutes long.
I think the last couple times Humdinger played it, I felt bad. They've only played like 2 songs at Wookie Fest and then had to get off stage.
Yeah.
Because we were running a little behind on time or whatever. But trying to make it up for them this year and shit. They're good friends of mine. So also, just
Killing the bass.
yeah,
Humdinger.
just fucking. Yeah, just getting the bands on and off and on time is like really stressful. And I'm not really a dickhead, anybody that doesn't know me, so it's hard for me to be like,
I
have to come up with a little
yeah,
dickhead.
you kind of have to.
You kind of just stand there with looking at your fake watch and
You gotta wear a watch just so you can do that.
I've been getting more of an asshole at it. I'm like, you guys got one song, even though they're over. It's like one song, you're done.
Yeah.
Way to go. And
I've already been forewarned. Left hand backwards told me to tell them when to fucking shut off because they'll keep.
They went over.
They
went over at the last show. And I was like, one song. They're like, whoops, we played our longest song too after. I'm like, you fucking assholes.
Some of the bands I got though are like Granite Mouth. They're from New Hampshire. Algri Samana. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry,
saw the
guys.
first show you booked them at.
Side effects may include, which is
I thought they broke up.
they have one original member in the band.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
And
So it's a shuffle.
yeah,
Reshuffle the deck.
PJ Senecal's new band. What is that?
Oh, really?
Tetso.
Oh, I've never been able to read the name.
Yeah.
But it's here. Let the old guy read it. That's with Tyler from Fall of Time too.
Yep.
Taylor, is it Taylor or Tyler?
I'd say call it Tetsu.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah, they're like more of a grindcore band. They're like power violence or whatever you want to call that shit nowadays. You know, newer age.
So,
stuff.
I know you got a couple other things going on other than Wookie Fest. You got some fundraisers coming up to try to support Wookie Fest.
Yep, I got this Saturday, the 19th. I got one in Rutland, Vermont, at Rick and Cat. Owl and Mouse.
Yeah.
Owl and Mouse. Yeah.
Record store. Buy some vinyl up there.
Yeah.
Lots of good vinyl.
And then I got two in June. One in Florence, Mass, at the 13th floor Music Lounge, Western Mass
Haven't been
area.
down there in a little bit.
They got Tactiles, My Missing Half on that bill, and a couple other bands. And then I got one on June 29th in Connecticut at Cherry Street Station. It's one of my favorite venues, actually, that I do shows
Cool way
at.
to do it. Might as well. The bands are from all over, fundraising all over.
Yeah.
Three different states.
That was the thing. I've done. I already had one, and I did it in. The fuck did I do it?
Gotta have fun, right?
You were there.
I forget, right? Yeah. I did it in New Hampshire at the Bungalow.
Yeah.
And then I do one in Vermont, and then I did one in Connecticut, and one in Mass. So all over New England there, trying to get the
Makes
word
sense.
out and make a little bit of money, to help me out,
Yep.
help the bands out.
Well, if people didn't get all that, maybe there's a way they a link to you on social media, Facebook. Bad Wookie have a Facebook presence or?
Yep, Bad Wookie Booking has is own page.
Yep.
You can always
Yep.
PM me
Below.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll try to have all the event links below too. He's gonna send them to me tonight, every one of them.
Yeah, maybe.
No, you are. Fuck you. He's gonna send them to me tonight or tomorrow. I gotta edit tomorrow. So, any more questions?
Well, we talked a little bit about the work of putting a festival together and all that, and I would want to reiterate there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. It has to start so early.
Oh yeah, I mean the show
Usually-
starts at noon, but I'm there at fucking 9 in the morning.
Yeah, and most people tell me Ray who'll be on next has said this before about the work on next year starts tomorrow.
Well, I had the date for Punk in the Park the day I signed the paperwork for last year's to get the key.
Oh yeah.
So I had the date already booked, and you have to do that.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
You got to do it. I'm always looking ahead of time for the date that I can do it, and get the hit or miss.
So beyond the work, the stress, and the dickheadedness and all the rest of it we talked about, what sticks out as a favorite memory from the last couple of Wookiees for you personally?
Oh, favorite memory. I mean, just having fun with my staff for the most part. I have good staff that comes out and works with for me. Friends of mine. Just get
You
fucking,
always play with your staff.
I always get my staff free beer, and shit. So we always have a hoot of a time.
We're considered staff this year.
Last year we did like a screaming contest that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I had just random people coming up and screaming in the mic. And,
It's an important skill.
yeah.
People have to practice that
I ended
shit.
up having like a girl win it actually out of like
Of course.
10 guys.
A girl can scream.
Yeah, no screamer jokes.
Yeah.
No, not here. No, not going there.
Any last words to your fans and your people that want to go to the show?
No, I mean, just keep an eye out. Look for the flyer. Look for the event page. Go like my Bad Wookie Booking page. Check out all the fucking bands on the bill because they're all.
Yeah, you heard a
killing
lot
it
of the
right now.
bands listed, and you see them on the bill and everything. Tickets available through the bands.
Yeah, all the bands have tickets.
So there
I'd
you go.
rather you buy tickets from them than buy at the door. Actually,
They make a profit.
They make a profit off the tickets, so it helps them out.
Yeah, so find your favorite band that's on the bill.
There you go.
Support them.
Another way to
The only
support
way
your
we keep
band.
this going as promoting is we need. If it wasn't for the people to show up and the bands to play, we would not be doing it.
Exactly. I wouldn't have been doing this for 10 plus years if if fucking people didn't show up. So,
well, we've had shows that people don't show up.
We do have shows that people don't show up, but I always do it for the bands. You know, I'm a musician myself, so it's do it for the the bands always have fun and they're always good group.
That's another thing I really like about a festival is a lot of you're playing for a lot of other musicians and they're playing for you. And it's just
that's why you book like different 20 bands, so at least you have the musicians there.
Right? Exactly. You get 100 people and members alone, so fuck it. But it's good networking for them too. You got bands from New York, Mass, Connecticut, New Hampshire. They're all networking together. Yeah, and it just
I watch the webs grow. Wait a minute, you guys know them guys?
Yeah. It's funny how like when I booked shows here, like I've had everyone from New England. And like now I see all the time that they're playing together. They're playing together.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
This is awesome.
Like, because you find bands that connect and they just
Time Out Timmy. The first time I booked
my show,
Time Out Timmy when I first booked Marion Toilet and the Runs. I don't know if you were at that one, but I booked Time Out Timmy and Marion and the Runs, and it was the first time I saw Marion Toilet and the Runs, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then that was the first time Out Timmy saw them, and now they play together and they're in each other's videos all the time. So it's great building relationships.
It makes you feel good about a promoter doing shit like that too.
That's fair. The human part.
So the concerts are all a big part. I remember when we were kids, we didn't have the internet, but we knew our friends were going to be at the shows. Even if it was a little teen center.
Out papering all the goddamn time.
Yeah, reading in flyers. Yeah.
They know you're going to be at that show, and they just went to go see you. And that was what I miss about pre-internet days. It seemed like there was less people sitting at home playing on
social network with a bass line.
And here you guys are watching this show for an hour. Alright, so we're going to go to our next commercial, which I don't know what it is yet. And then we'll have Ray on from Roots on the River.
Thanks for coming by, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back. That was a word from our sponsors. We're on Let's Chat with Spanky Payne. We got Al Reardon, and we got Ray from Roots on the River. And he's promoting a show that's June 8th through the 10th, right?
Yep, 8, 9, 10.
Which I can't go to this year.
Oh, no.
I'll be going. I was there last year. I was there the year before that. I was there a number of years.
I've been a few times.
I've been there 19 times. Well, this will be 19.
Yeah, I think I was at the first one.
Yep.
First, second, third, and I missed a few. But I've been to a number of them, enjoyed every one of them.
19th annual.
Always.
If you know in Vermont, to keep 19 shows going, it takes
Always.
a lot of work. I'm on my 13th of Punk in the Park, so it takes a lot of work. So when do you have to start planning for the following year?
I started planning for next year about 3 months ago. So, we got to get through this year, but when you're starting to think about who you want for artists, what the lineup's going to look like, underwriting, sponsors, support, it starts about in March for the following year. So for this time of year, we're pretty ramped up. We're working 12, 15-hour days for this year. So now for a couple of weeks till this one's over, I'll park looking at next year. But next year's our 20th, so we've been talking about it for a couple of years. But we started sort of
for the
sketching
20th.
out the lineup. Because for next year, we want to bring back a lot of some of the older headliners.
Oh, good idea.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe Fred.
I got a
The ones that are
suggestion.
still alive.
Maybe
Reverend
Fred.
Payne.
Oh yeah.
I love him. He put on such a good show.
He put on a great show.
Yeah,
Great show.
always
feel the stomping in the
great
ground.
music at Roots on the River. It's one of my favorite festivals. When Roots started 19 years ago, there weren't that many festivals in our area, really.
Very few. There was
Now,
there's two that are older than we are. I think we're the third oldest continuous music festival in Vermont at this point.
kidding.
But the two older ones are the Burlington Jazz Fest, which is huge.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks. They've been around 50 years or so. And then there's a classical one, the Marlboro Music Fest. All classical music down in Marlboro. And they've been around for about 50 years.
Yeah.
The only one that ever came close was Solar Fest.
Yeah. Yeah, now that's done.
Yeah, they took a year off, then they came back, and then they had to roll it up.
Yeah.
So which is too bad. It was a great little festival.
That was fun. That was fun. Did get to go to. I went to one of those.
I only did the porta potties for them. Which
now
porta potties for you?
Yeah.
A lot of festivals now around, and I go to a bunch of them. I usually go to Green River. I usually go to Grand Point North. But I always, all right, what weekend is Roots? Always got to clear that one out.
Yeah.
And, almost always get there.
I always have to make sure I don't go out of state for that because that's like overtime time.
Yeah.
Well,
they screwed it up. You did it a different weekend this year.
Well, actually, we did it a different weekend last year. This is our normal weekend. But 2 years in a row, they moved the high school graduation back. So we didn't want to ever conflict with the graduation. That's a big deal.
Really
It's Monday weekend. So, and unfortunately, 2 years ago, they gave me the wrong date, and we went ahead and scheduled it, and we went head-to-head with Josh Hearn up in Rocking Hill. So we had two festivals going on simultaneously, 2 miles apart.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was at Roots.
Me too, yeah.
So 19 years. What do you attribute that to? I mean, why is it still going on when so many others came and went?
The history of the thing, for those who don't know, this all began back in 2000. Charlie Hunter had just moved back to Vermont. He was managing a guy by the name of Fred Eaglesmith, formerly managing a guy by the name of Fred Eaglesmith from Port Dover, Ontario, Canada. And on a whim, Charlie said, hey, Fred, he's got some hardcore fans. They call him the Fred Heads. Hardcore fans. He said, why don't you come down and hang out in Bells Falls for the weekend? And we'll do a couple shows, see if anybody shows up. Charlie was hoping, maybe 75, maybe 100 people if it was really good. We had a couple shows, one in Charlie's studio, we had a show at Nick's. Anyway, about 150 people showed up.
Nick's, I don't know Nick's.
Charlie was just like, okay, maybe this could do something.
This could sell.
So, next year, bumped it up a little bit, added shows. A couple of years, eventually we got a tent. I can remember one of the first couple of years, we were outside, had to be 95 and humid, and the only tent we had was a blue tarp over some plywood up on some concrete blocks for the musicians.
Been there.
Yeah.
Still do that sometimes.
So that was sort of how the thing started to grow, and then Charlie added these deluxe packages. We had open mics. We had. I added a Thursday night. We do Sunday at the old Rockingham Meeting House. Things just kept growing and growing and growing. We had an actual attendance peak probably 7 or 8 years ago. And this sort of leveled off, and we've been about the same level ever since.
Yeah.
But the hardcore, every winter I lose a few of those older fans.
Yeah.
So we're trying to refocus it. Same kind of music, Americana. We do a lot of folk. We do some alt folk, alt country, alt rock, country folk, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
A fair amount of bluegrass, some blues, some gospel. 3 years ago, I had a gospel hour on Sunday, which has been a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge. We always sell out Sunday. That's at the Meeting House. Yeah. You can only have 300 people.
Right.
So
if you went up there one time,
that show sells out in advance. But it's we have morning set, afternoon set, big catered lunch at noon up there in the hill. You can't see the road. You can't see any power lines. All you can see is Vermont.
Yep. Beautiful setting. Beautiful setting.
And they have a hearse open at that time?
They've opened that up for the tours, to let them see that.
It's good.
To see that, it happens to be my favorite venue, but it's all acoustic unplugged because there's no electricity. There's also no plumbing. The seats are hard, and yet they line up an hour and a half before the show.
Yeah.
So they can be in one of those awful
hard,
seats.
cold seats.
Yeah.
Awful seats.
Wow.
My kid did Apple Blossom. Those seats are awful.
Yeah.
Oh, my ass hurts.
So Vermont Festivals is the production company?
It is. Charlie started in 2000. I was there in year one. Me and Ezra Beach, the only two left from that year.
I know Ezra.
After 7 years, Charlie just got, as he said, I got burned out. It's a lot of work, year round.
Yeah.
But he also is a very, very well-known painter. He runs Routes on the Rails, which are these trips where he puts anywhere from 40 to 80 music fans on trains. They go all around the country. They go to Canada. They go to Mexico.
Wow.
And he has different artists get on and off. Some of the trips have gone as long as 3 weeks with people getting on and off at different locations.
What a cool idea.
And that takes, obviously, a lot of time.
Yeah, logistics.
Renting
That's
these
madness.
beautiful old vintage rail cars. So in 05, 06, Charlie announced that he was going to step back. It was a great run, 7 years. He was happy, let it go. A bunch of us sort of thought, this is sort of good for Bellows Falls. You get 1,000 people coming into town. They're there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, some of them.
Good for the hotel.
Spending money. All the motels get filled up. The B&Bs get filled up. The restaurants do well. They're buying souvenirs. They love the Vermont Country Store.
Yeah.
That's a great weekend for
it?
them. They're one of our big sponsors. So as Charlie describes it, we were talking one night, and there was a listserv for the Fredheads called the Port Putley Post or something silly. And I was on it just so I could follow what was going on. And I thought what I said was, this is a good thing. Somebody should keep it going. Just, pick up the ball. Apparently that got translated into, hey, I'm Ray Masuko. I've got an office here in town that we could use as the headquarters, and I want to run the festival. I don't remember saying anything.
Subject to interpretation, apparently.
Yeah. Well, Charlie says, and we always laugh about T-shirts. Every year, Charlie would print up a new T-shirt, really cool, and he'd order 400. We'd sell 50. Whatever. We never sold them all. So we had this big stock of T-shirts, which he said I could have if I wanted to keep going. But as Charlie described it in one of the newspapers that time, after they found out I was going to do this, he said, yep, too late at night, too much wine, and too many effing T-shirts. And I woke up the next morning, and I was an accidental promoter. I'm a trial lawyer. I trial traumatic brain cases, medical malpractice. What the hell am I doing running a music festival in a field behind a 1960s motel?
So tell us a little about the bands that are playing this year and what is different or what's the same this year.
Every year we try to mix it up. We're a singer-songwriter festival. All our artists are people who are making original music. They're playing their own stuff. They're not covering, unless it's a classic song or an old-timey song or it's in the public domain. So all very talented, all singer-songwriters. Our model is sort of, we'd like to bring back roughly a third of people who have been there before. People who had rarely 2 years in a row, but sometimes if they've got a really good response, we can tell that by how much merchandise they sell. And then we try to bring in 60-65% of new artists, not necessarily young, just they haven't played for us before. So this year we reached into the treasure trove back, and our headliners are the three main headliners. Friday night we have a group that hasn't played for me since 2011, but this will be their, I think, fifth Roots in 19 years. The Slambovian Circus of Dreams. They are, and they've been through a number of name changes, but the three core members are still there. Tink, her husband Joe, and the bass player Sharky. So that was hardcore. But they now have three other band members. They're bigger than they've ever been for us. So 6-piece. They describe themselves as, it's not psychedelic, it's not new age, it's funkadelic, it's a genre all its own. There's no other band I've ever seen that comes close to these guys. And they know this as well. Not all our fans are huge favorites of theirs. They're favorites. But there's a hardcore that would go through hell and brimstone to go to see these people. And they do. And they've been selling tickets for me like crazy. They come from over in Hudson, New York. So even some of those folks would come over. They play Vermont once a year typically. This year they played Putney. which
I saw that.
Yeah. Normally we'd complain about that close that soon.
Yeah.
The radius clause and all that.
Yeah.
No.
But I said, no, let's do this. Play. And I think they sold out next stage. And we can use that to pump up Roots.
Yeah.
So they did. They announced that. That's shortly about the time we announced. And the crowd went nuts. I mean, there were people standing up and cheering, Roots, yeah, Roots, we're going to Roots.
Yeah, cool.
so they draw for us.
Who else is coming back?
The Black Lilies.
Yeah.
They were here 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They haven't been back for 3 years. They've had a configuration. Trisha Brady, the lead female, has left the band. They have new configuration. A little more, a little louder, a little more raucous, but the overall musicality is just incredible. They just got a new record coming out, I think, the week of the festival. I don't know if we'll have it here. But they come out of Tennessee. They've been traveling all over the place. They actually built a little bit of a tour around us. We're small. We don't pay big money.
Yeah.
So what they try to do, they'll come to see us, and then they'll head over to they'll go to Mountain Jam, or they'll go, a bigger festival where they can actually make some real money.
Make a little money.
Yeah, so which is fine. We help them do that. As long as they're not going across the street the next day.
Yeah.
You know how that works.
Right.
And then our permanent Sunday hostess is Mary Gaucher.
Yeah.
Mary Gaucher, on Tuesday of this week, her new album called Rifles and Rosary Beads, which all the songs were written by military veterans with Mary. These are their songs, their words. She just helped to put them to music.
I saw the release of it, but I didn't know what was going on
Unbelievable.
there.
When she was here last year, she played the entire album, which had not been released, but she played every song on it.
Huh.
We had a guy who came up from New Jersey, first time in, a friend of his convinced him to come up. He goes to music all over the country. Had heard of us, never been here. He thought, the hell's going to go to a little tiny festival in Vermont, in June. So he showed up. He posted after that concert, that single concert, was the most transformational music event he'd ever been to in his life. This guy's 60 years old.
Yeah.
He said he had never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
People stopped breathing. They were so intent. When she was done, everybody like,
Yeah.
just all the air went out.
Yeah, she has a
Anyway,
power,
on
no
Tuesday,
doubt. Yeah.
that album was nominated as one of the 4 albums of the year by the Americana Society.
No kidding.
That's a big deal in
Yeah, it
Nashville.
is.
That's really
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard
And
Johnny
she's playing-
Earthquake?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of Johnny Earthquake?
Yeah. Yep.
He plays. I got booked in for the Halloween parade one year.
Okay.
Hey, have you ever been to the Halloween parade in Rutland?
I've not. I've watched it.
It's like
It's a big
It's
event.
like
Yeah.
8 people wide.
Oh, yeah.
For like miles.
Yeah. No, I've seen the pictures on it. Yeah.
And he played that. He's like
On a trailer,
This was like
traveling.
amazing because you're playing for that many people.
Oh, yeah.
And you're probably only playing like one full set, really.
Yep, yeah.
But lots of people are hearing it. You see kids bebopping.
Yeah. So
We're gonna wrap it up in a little bit here.
Yeah.
So let me just hit a couple of our other folks.
Yeah, please.
Especially because one of the things we always do is we try to make sure we bring in local artists. Not necessarily, we like Vermont, but New Hampshire, Western Mass. As well.
Suitcase Junket last year.
Yes.
That was great.
Chester, yeah.
He's so good with the kids.
He's wicked.
He teaches. He does a music thing for
Yeah.
my kid.
Yeah.
After school, yeah.
Of course, we got Roger Marin coming back. Roger Marin used to be in Fred's band. He's never missed a year. He's the only one who's ever played.
No
played
kidding.
all night. He comes down from Ontario,
Attaboy.
Niagara Falls. Never asks me how much he's getting paid, where he's staying, when he's playing. He just shows up
Yep.
and he plays.
Like Johnny.
But regional, we've got Bayou X. That's Pete Simnow's band.
Yeah. Oh, I like Pete.
Yeah.
His-
Yep. Right out of
Oh, yeah.
Walpole.
Oh, yeah.
Pete, he's out
He's
of
so
New Orleans.
knowledgeable about his music and everything,
Yeah.
too. It's great.
He's a New Orleans jazz band, marching band. They're kicking it off on Saturday after everybody's been up too late on Friday
Yeah.
night. We've got the End of America. Brendan Thomas grew up in Chester.
Yeah.
They're now out of Philly, but he's now back in Vermont. They're playing for me. We've got Low Lily out of Brattleboro, Liz Simons, Lisa Schneckenberg. They're coming up out of Brattleboro. Misguided Angels, George Nostrum. You guys know George?
Yeah, I know George.
Yeah, George grew up in Bellows Falls. He played for me years ago as George's back pocket.
Yep.
This year,
Steve, rest in peace, Steve.
yep. This year he's bringing his band down from Rutland, called Misguided Angels.
Yeah.
Great name. So they'll be in. They're going to kick it off on Friday. We've got Starline Rhythm Boys. Danny Cohn, Vermont's own honky-tonk band. Danny and Billy Bratcher and Big Al Limry.
I got some videos of them on the channel too at the car shows from Burlington.
Yeah. Well, this is Danny and I went to college together. Danny's also 70. A little bit older than he is. Huh?
Which one's he?
Danny, he's the lead.
A lead singer or the guitar player?
No, he's a singer.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, he's a lead guitar player too. Al's on rhythm. Billy's the upright bass guy. Well, I love when he gets on his back and he puts the bass in the air.
Billy actually used to play with, he said he played a couple songs with Wayne the Train Hancock.
More than a couple. He toured with them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But anyway, this is he almost blew me away with this.
So great,
this is their
great lineup once again.
This is their 20th anniversary.
Yeah. Great lineup once again at Roots on the River. Really good.
Make sure you check them out on rootsontheriver.com or on Facebook, Roots on the River. And it's spelled ROOTS, not ROUTES.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, check them out. The link is below, and hopefully see you all there. You can buy the tickets right on there.
Can I make a pitch for these?
Yeah, you can pitch.
We try to encourage local people to come to the festival. You know, festivals are not inexpensive, but on the other hand, if you're getting 10 or 12 hours of music for $50, that's a pretty good buy. But what we do is, this year we printed up 2,500 coupons. It's $5 off on any ticket, any day, any show. We're only
Where
distributing
can they get them?
Just about any place there's a flat surface. We're distributing them just locally, within 15, 20 miles of Bells Falls, basically from Springfield, Chester down to Brattleboro.
There you go.
Because these are we want our friends to show up.
Great.
So these cards, the palm cards, it's got the schedule on one side and the $5 coupon on the back. You see them at Levi's, the grocery stores, the bookstores. Grab one of these, grab a bunch of them. Give them out to your friends. It'll get you $5 off at the gate. That's a pretty good deal.
Cool. Get them there.
We want people in the seats. You know, the money's great to make. We try to break even. That's a great year. We want people to come enjoy the show.
Yep. Exactly. Well, thanks for doing it. I appreciate it. Have enjoyed it for years. Expect to for years to come. Thanks for coming out tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you. And thanks
no such thing as too much publicity.
No. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Click that button.
Like us on Facebook, and make sure you like Roots on the River too. Thank you. Bye.